From Omro down to Mayville, from Rosendale to the Ledge, and everywhere in between, it's time to get you caught up on everything happening in the Flyway Conference. This is the Flyway Focus Sport Report, your home for the best whip-around coverage of your favorite local teams. Now, with all the latest, here's Jordan King.
Good Friday morning to you. The Flyway Focus Sports Report is brought to you by Cole Oil and Propane, providing energy solutions for Flyway Conference Communities for over 100 years. Check them out at www.coleoilandpropane.com. For the second straight game, Springs survived at the buzzer, this time a 65-62 win at home against Lomira. Jackson Gable had a good look from the right wing at the buzzer, but it wouldn't fall and Springs held on. Springs was up 6 with about 15 seconds left, but they left the door open, turned the ball over twice in the final 15 seconds, gave the Lions a chance. In the first half, Ledger's senior Noah Moul scored his 1,000th career point. Moul finished with a game-high 23. Here he is on the achievement.
It definitely means a lot, and it's just a lot of hard work and dedication you got to put into it. It just means a lot playing with these guys. I've been playing with these guys ever since like 5th grade. It really means a lot just to play with them and kind of speak a big group and a friend group with them.
Springs had a decided size advantage in the game. In addition to Moul's 23, Emmett Hune had 17 despite having to battle through foul trouble. Hune says he's always trying to contribute regardless of whether that's scoring.
You're always going to be able to control your hustle and your effort, so those are the biggest things, and rebounding comes from that hustle and effort. So rebounds is something that I feel like should stay consistent, and it really mirrors directly your effort put into the game.
The Ledgers stay unbeaten, moving to 6-0 in the Flyway. Coach Kyle Krieger says, long way to go.
There's 14 conference games. I'd rather be 6-0 than 0-6, right? Long ways to go. Every team is going to get better. You know, we're at the top of the conference and people are chasing and they're trying to knock us off, right? So teams can play really hard when maybe there's some desperation.
On the other side, Lomira drops to 4-2 in the league. Laconia got itself to 4-2 in the Flyway with a 63-55 win on the road at Omro. Ethan Pino led the way with 23 and Cash Farrell had 17. Laconia able to get the win despite making just 3 3-pointers in the game. Laconia held both Mason Huth and Mason Gruffs to 13 apiece. Keegan Miller had a great game for the Foxes. He scored a team-high 16. Winnebago Lutheran hung in the race as they moved to 4-2 with a 53-38 home win against Mayville. Gannon Schwartz had 16. Max Huntsman also in double figures with 10. The Vikings did not make a 3 in the game. Mayville once again led by Jordan Schlender. He had 14. And finally, Campbellsport knocked off North Fondy 67-44. The Cougars got 14 each from Jace Gable and Noah Bobb. Trent Schladweiler chipped in 13. 3 wrestling duels last night. Laconia beat Winnebago Lutheran 53-18. Laconia got pins from Nick Starbird, Owen Larson, Killian McCarthy, and Cash Lemonis. Omro beat North Fondy Springs 53-30. Omro had 5 pins in that duel. And finally, St. Lawrence Seminary beat Mayville 59-21. That brings us to today's schedule. We'll keep it with wrestling. The headliner is the Highway 67 battle between Lomira and Campbellsport in wrestling. That's in Lomira tonight. Both teams, as is usually the case, are undefeated in conference dual competition entering this one. Lomira currently has 4 ranked wrestlers in Division III. Jordan Lisicki is 6th at 113. Marshall Hankey is 4th at 138. Merrick Lisicki is 4th at 150. And Colton Wagner is 13th at 165. Campbellsport's Logan Kneck is ranked in Division II at 106. Connor Sitzberger is 10th at 157. And Brock Bentz is 10th at heavyweight. Could see some great matchups tonight depending on who wins the flip. Also tonight, the start of the second round of the Flyway double round robin in girls basketball. League-leading Laconia travels to Omro. The matchup features the Juggernaut Spartans against Omro's defense that has been excellent of late. Omro is in third, 2 games back of undefeated Laconia. Springs heads to North Fondy to play the Orioles for the second time this season. Springs trying to stay 1 game back from Laconia. North Fondy is fighting to get themselves back into the top half of the conference. Springs won that first meeting. Winnebago Lutheran and Lomira play today. Game location still to be determined, as you won't believe this, another water main broke outside WLA. Lomira is in 4th in the league, WLA is in 6th. Lomira won the first meeting at home, and they might get a second home meeting coming up tonight. We'll see. And Campbellsport heads to Mayville. The Cards still looking for their first conference win of the season. Campbellsport got its lone Flyway win when these two hooked it up earlier this year. That Campbellsport Mayville game set to tip at 6:15. All the other games scheduled for 7. And finally, Warbirds hockey plays at Arrowhead this evening at 5. There's a look at your Friday. We'll recap it all tomorrow and preview a busy Saturday coming up tomorrow. Talk to you then. For the Flyway Focus Sports Report, I'm Jordan King.